Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 440. Waiting for OJ to pop in here, but Celia and I were here already talking anyway, so we figured we'd go live and say hi to everyone. So just get things started. How's it going, Celia?
Pretty good. After the Spawncast tonight, I'm going to go to a Friendsgiving, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
Early Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting Thanksgiving is that close. It's 2 weeks. It feels like it should be next week, but it's super late this year.
Isn't it like always on the same type of Thursday?
I don't know, for some reason it feels later. That it feels like we're immediately into December, as soon as we get back from it. Like it feels like it's right. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that's me or not, but it just feels like it's right up against the end of the month.
I do agree. Cause like I was like looking at my calendar and it's like, okay, I have Friendsgiving and then I have like my friend's wedding next week and then it's literal Thanksgiving. Like everything is so packed, like back to back to back that time is going by very quickly. It's rude.
I think time this entire year is like flown by.
Yeah, it's really rude.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on. We're talking about 2026 and that's a month and a half away.
No, too early.
That's weird, right? That's so strange. 2025 is just a blur.
Yeah, it's been a pretty packed year.
I have to go back and look at what released this year and then realize, oh yeah, okay, I'm going by releases each month now to remember like how long this year has gone, because it just feels like
it's been so many. I'm gonna do an indie recap for 2025, and I feel like some of the games that I want to talk about feel like they came out years ago, and it was like, no, that was like 3 months ago, kind of situation. So yeah. I get you. Are you playing anything interesting right now?
I just finished up Dispatch, and that was good.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I really like that game. The last 2 episodes came out 2 days ago. I just finished it today when I had a chance to sit down and play them, and it's a really, really good game. So I put it in the title of the show. I was like, that game was, it was an episodic thing. It's kind of like Telltale, sort of. The developers for it were from Ubisoft and from Telltale. They're ex-developers from both companies, and they come together. It took them forever to make it because they almost went bankrupt doing it, apparently. Like it started in 2018, pandemic kicked in, they had to put it on hold for a while, but it came out and it's good. Like I fully recommend people check out Dispatch, because it's more of a thing you're gonna watch, to be honest, than play the whole time. But it is that game where it's kind of like you're going to do decisions. Things will change, sort of choose your own adventure style. But if you like the Walking Dead or the Batman, any of those Telltale games, you'll probably get a kick out of it. But it's like super M-rated. It's like a lot has to do with like superheroes and villains, but not in the traditional sense of they're all good guys and they're all above the law and stuff. But I like the characters. The cast was good. And the story was interesting. And so the gameplay, you go between stages and you are a dispatcher who sends heroes to like different crimes that are happening. And the idea is to try to pick the right ones, and they'll grade you at the end. And that was a better gameplay loop than I thought, because your characters actually level up. I wasn't sure at first if they would. They do. And then you take the points and you make maybe them better at speed or strength, combat, or being able to talk to different people so that they can talk their way out of situations. But I like the game quite a bit. I think there's 8 episodes, and I feel like the total play time the PlayStation says I had was a little over 6 hours. So each one's probably like 45 minutes to 50 minutes.
That's pretty cool. Pretty
fully recommend it. Yeah. If you have like a friend who would sit down and watch you play it or hang out with you while you're playing it, they would probably enjoy it too, because it's like one of those experiences where they can just kind of watch.
I think that's probably what's going to happen when I do play it. I've had a lot of my friends bring up this game to me because I do like narrative-driven kinds of games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And especially when you can make your own choices and like they matter to the story. Yep. Like I'm usually all over that shit. So it is very something that's right up my alley. I just have like this humongous backlog of games. So right now, Dispatch is scheduled right after Expedition 33. And I like that, like I mentioned, I have this like, I guess, pecking order of games, because normally I stick to my list, but then I like found out about this other indie game. And so now I'm playing that. Yep. I dropped everything else I was trying to beat. I'm never going to beat LA Noire, by the way. I keep on forgetting about it and then not stopping.
I will tell you this. You could take Dispatch, put it in front of Expedition 33 and just get through it
Yeah, because it is
bit
more
faster.
bite-sized.
Yeah.
I probably will do that just because I've just everyone's been raving about it, and I
Mhm.
like superhero, like, the genre in general, so I think it'll be a good time.
I followed it like the episodic because it was every week they dropped 2 episodes. And
Uh-huh.
now that it's all out, it's so much easier to tell people, let's go get it. And you literally just run through it in
Do
an
you buy,
afternoon,
like,
technically.
packs? Do you buy it separately, or do you just buy the whole thing?
The whole thing, the whole game.
Whole thing?
I think it's like $30.
Oh, okay. Easy.
Yeah. And it was very good. And I now I'm looking at it thinking about going back, and because they have decisions that definitely change the story completely, and I think there are
Uh-huh.
different cutscenes that they played. So I'm thinking about going back and seeing what was different, because you can, once you beat it, you can go back and pick not only which episode you want to do, but like the sub parts of each episode, and just do a different decision to see what happens. And then when you beat an episode, at the end, as they're running the credits on, so the left side is the credits, the right side, they tell you how you compare to everyone else.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Yeah.
I know Life is Strange did that, As
Mhm.
Dusk Fall does that. Whenever like I want to judge my choices, I love
Yes.
looking at what other people did. And
There
then
was
like
one where
feel
it was like
bad.
you did 18%. You and like 18% of people did this. I was like, oh well, okay,
Well,
okay, never mind. It's a lot of like moral decisions too, so you can
Mhm.
kind of see how you measure up in that like morality. It's pretty funny. And yes, there is. I know you're interested in this. There is like romancing options and stuff too in the game. All that
Hell yeah.
happens.
You know,
All
I
that happens.
assumed because everyone was recommending it to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, do not spoil anything. So, John,
Mhm.
don't say who or what, but can you
Right.
accidentally kill other characters? Like, is there permadeath in this game?
Is there? Oh, that's a good. I think there. See, that's the thing. My
No
decisions
spoiling.
were.
Yes or no?
I don't know actually, because my decisions
Okay.
played away from, like, there were times where they were like, "Do you want to do this that could impact this person?" And I actually, in that case, maybe I did a pacifist run, didn't realize it, but
Uh-huh.
I did play away from like getting revenge or doing whatever that could affect
Okay.
characters' longevity in the game. We'll say.
Dude, I
So
love doing like, yeah, pacifist run and then like an evil run because like fuck it, why
mhm.
not? And just
Yeah.
like ruining everything. So I'm just
Mhm.
curious as a dispatcher, would I like start out with all my my heroes and then be out of heroes by chapter 2, or like I was just kind of curious.
You do make some like big decisions that can affect
uh
who's on your roster. Is what I'll
Okay,
say.
duly noted.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
So, but I mean, I liked it quite a bit. I looked at the trophy list there. I have half of them now, and the rest of them are all hinging on different decisions that are like different paths from what I took. So I'm interested. I might go back and I guess not go all the way through it, but like just do the different decisions and see what I can figure out. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the plan. I like it though. Definitely recommend it. Dispatch. I think Metacritic started hitting as people were reviewing it, and since it's all out now, and it's up. It's like an 89, I think now, 90.
That's great.
So
Yay.
it immediately gets thrown, and that's going to bring up the conversation of if a game like that can be in the game of the year conversation next to more gameplay oriented
I
games.
think
I don't know.
a
That's
game's a
always comes up.
game. So I don't know. It's kind of one of
A
those
game is a
things.
game.
A
That
game
is
is a
true.
game.
A game is a
Yeah.
game. I mean, you do have to press buttons to play it.
Yeah, there are choices apparently, and
There are.
dating, which I think makes it a game.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely dating. Yeah. So it's good though. I
so
recommend it.
for games, since you talked about Dispatch, so the indie game that I'm playing right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So here's my
Mhm.
side corner of game that other people haven't heard of, and I'm really excited to share it.
Mhm.
Okay, so Culebra and the Souls of Limbo is the game that I'm currently playing right now. Yeah, okay, it's really cool. Okay, so it's
Is that the
based
papercraft game?
it is a papercraft
Yeah, I saw
narrative-focused adventure. It is
that.
so fun. It's like basically if you took Majora's Mask Time Cycle, because it's like the whole I guess the game mechanic, you're on a time loop, and it's kind of like Majora's Mask side quests. And you're trying to like help people like move over because you're currently in limbo, so move over and pass on. And the story is very like well driven, and like you basically have a notebook and you keep track of like during what times certain characters need certain things, and you go back and forth through time. It's really really great, and I'm really enjoying it. I just got past the first chapter, so I'm still playing it. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And it's
Ooh,
40% off on Steam right now. I'm just throwing it
kind of
out
has
there.
like a Paper Mario look to it.
Yeah, and like the humor is very Paper Mario-esque. So like
Ah.
but there's like more of a meaningful story with it. It's really, really
this
well
is it.
done. I was so surprised. Not surprised, but like pleasantly, like I didn't realize how much I would love this game.
Look at that. It does. It's got like somewhat of a Paper Mario look to it. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's so fun and the story's deep but it's funny and I'm just really, really enjoying it. So, yeah, just wanted to give them a shout out. Last time I checked, they only had like a little over 100 Steam reviews, and I'm like, more people need to know about this game. So I've been yapping about it to anyone and everyone.
It's like it's an adventure game.
Yes. So it's like basically, so there isn't like technically any combat, but it's more focused on, solving people's problems with high intensity situations sometimes.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the art style. That's cool looking. I like it.
It's really clever.
It looks neat. Let me see how much is it going for?
So I know it's 40% off. Let's check how much that is for discount because I'm bad at math.
I see. Oh, it's $12.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. It's what is it? Culebra and the Souls of Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah, Culebra.
Culebra.
Culebra. It's a Spanish word. I think it means snake, and he's a little snaky, so it makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. My Spanish is horrible though, so sorry for the pronunciation as well.
Let me ask this, Celia. Did you see we were talking about this because it was a funny reveal, but the Pocopia game.
The Pocopia game? Wait,
the Pokemon Pocopia, the farming game where the Ditto takes over the human form.
Yeah, I have a bunch of questions and lore about that. Like, where did the girl go? Because when Ditto pretends to be something he's copying, is she buried somewhere? Is this game actually a murder mystery?
Did you did you see the price on it?
No. Okay, so I was gonna live react tomorrow on Game and Talk because I missed all that shit. But that's okay. How much is it? I'll say that you spoiled
do you want to live react to it on Game? You're gonna do a Game and Talk podcast
initially. I was going to, stream? But like I can live react to it right now if you tell me the price.
There's also they put out like a whole trailer, a lot of like content that you can watch too with it. But the price, it came in at $70.
Yeah, that sounds like
that's throwing people off pretty bad because not only is it 70, but so Nintendo is publishing this game.
Yeah, it's developed by someone else, though, right?
It's developed by Koei Tecmo. Nintendo's publishing it, but what's weird about this situation is it's a game key card.
Interesting.
That's throwing people off bad.
Well, it's a published game, so the developer's making that choice, and considering that you have the royalty split of licensing out Pokemon, it does financially make more sense why they would do a key card. Is it a bummer? Yes. But that's just my initial reaction to that.
It was throwing people off because it's Nintendo who's publishing it.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo published, not Nintendo developed. There's
right.
Like they're not doing that royalty split.
And the Pokemon company is going to publish it in Japan.
Yeah, but still, same thing.
Yeah, so it's super weird to see a game key card with Nintendo publishing it. That's like throwing everybody off. But I want to see. Yeah, you need to check this out tomorrow on your Game and Talk show. I just wanted to bring it up briefly here, but that is while you're watching it, think about all that stuff, and I'm sure the chat will have a lot to discuss with you on that one.
Let's start booing loudly. Key card. Nah, it's life.
So so people were asking in chat. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Big news. So Sean is going outside tomorrow. That's right. He's on the move tomorrow. I'm not going to say exactly where, but he's going out, and there will be strangers around him when he attends some wrestling show. I couldn't believe it. He was like I didn't believe him at first at all. I was like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. What are you talking?
I'm going to text him and say send proof.
You're not going outside. Let's just be real about this. So here he comes apparently, and is like, no, I'm going to this show. I'm getting my action figure signed or something. I was like, no, okay, yeah, he is actually going. Then he went into detail with that. So he's going to bed early because he has to make a trip apparently to this place.
Oh, tomorrow? Oh, I just texted him. Are you really outside?
No. He's going tomorrow morning apparently, and he has to make the trip out to this place, which is funny. OJ, I don't know. OJ was on streaming earlier, and Evan, it went to a party tonight. So I don't know which way's up right now. Everyone's out and about apparently.
We're just all abandoned.
Well, Celia's here with me, and we're going to go through some of these topics, and then I'll work to put together, as Celia goes to Friendsgiving, I'll work to put together my guess for Game of the Year noms that will be happening on Monday. That will be revealed. Jeff Keighley's going to do his whole shtick with that, and we'll see. And I'm kind of curious. I think it's going to be a little different than people are expecting. Josie is filming.
Yeah,
she's doing some very fancy stuff right now. She's got like the boom mic going on and stuff.
Yeah, Josie has a really cool career, and I'm really excited for her and very proud. So she'll be back eventually, but this is an important job for her.
Yeah, she's doing some pretty big stuff right now. So big things. And Ryan is, I think, playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. Right.
Accurate.
That sounds about right. All right. Let's go over I did want to bring up, of course, the big topics. A lot of stuff happened this week because it's funny. Pacopia, I brought that up to you just now. That happened this week, but it feels like a distant memory because we had Valve show up with all kinds of hardware. And this was, so they did show off a VR headset. I'm sure some people are excited, but I'll be real. The VR headset was completely knocked out for me by this Steam machine and their Steam controller. Most because the controller, I assume, is going to be going with the Steam machine. But this Steam machine is very interesting, especially for, I think, people who maybe don't have that mindset of, I'm going to build my own little Steam box and put it under my TV and just live with a lot of the frustrations of Windows trying to be on a big screen. Because I don't know if people have tried it recently. It's not great. The keyboard and mouse needs to be nearby at all times. And the keyboard and mouse on the couch, not a great combo. It's just never really worked that well. So having this box set up for, I think it's going to be more the mainstream than anything else. And maybe even people with nice, high-powered computers that don't want to build something for the living room and just want something easy plug and play that the Steam library goes to. Very much like Steam Deck in that situation, just in a little box desktop format. So, Celia, I'll bring out the page for it. But when you first saw it, what was your initial impression when you saw the little cube?
First impression, it looks like a GameCube. Second impression, it needs a handle like the GameCube. To be honest, I think it's cool. I think it's really clever. I do agree that sometimes the keyboard and couch combo doesn't work out well. I do that in my den. Like I have my gaming.
You do. PC. You're a PC TV user.
That's right. am. I'm one of those people.
One of them.
It's where I had my Stardew Valley set up, basically. It was cool. I find this pretty cool. It'll meet a market of people that are kind of like the in-between. It kind of would meet the market need that I would have had before I became a PC TV user.
Oh yeah, because you got your PC somewhat recently, didn't you?
Yeah, it was this year, or late last year. Sorry. Well, it's been a while. Man, this year is flying by really quickly. Yeah. But in general, like I didn't get into Steam until like 2020, to be honest. Like okay. I didn't start using it. I was a console only person, like consistently for most of my gaming, I guess, life. And so I feel like this would have gotten me into Steam, I guess, and PC gaming more if I didn't already figure it out. So I think this is cool. It's going to be expensive though.
Okay, that's the interesting part. So I did put together a little Steam machine thing. It was I used one of those HP office computers. I found one that had a like an RX 560 video card in there. It's not common at all. So when I saw it on eBay, I had to pick it up because I was able to put the whole thing together for about $200. Now it's weaker than this thing. This thing is much more powerful. But the pricing is certainly going to be the determining factor for this device. Because I was looking at, if I scroll down here, they have like all the specs for this thing. I also have a little diagram here for ports, everything else. That I mean, it is a small system. It measures 6 inches, I think, all the way like across. So 6 inches up, deep, width, everything. So it is a cube, but it's not big. Like you see the videos where people are holding it. It's a small system. But the specs themselves, and I know this is people were kind of like, glossy-eyed when they saw it. Like, I think that's good. So it's going to come down to the price. This could either be, wow, that's really good for the price, or whoa, hold on a minute, that's not great for the price. We are in that fine line territory now. So when I look at it right now, Zen 4, 6 cores, 12 threads, it's a semi-custom RDNA 3 GPU, which people are comparing to like a 7600M, but then I see some people already building systems to try to mimic this, and it's doing well. Like I think I think the Fox did something with that, and it got 1080p for Returnal, and it was like right around 80 frames per second. I said that's pretty good. Like 1080p Returnal, high settings, 80 frames. That's solid. Like it's not, oh, here it is at 20 some odd frames struggling. I kind of think, Celia, the move for Valve, $600.
I don't think it's going to be $600.
Oh man!
Like to be honest, I have obviously no visibility into this, but my heart's like it's going to be like $799 or something.
So I see people confused about the HDMI 2.0. Valve explained this in an interview. It seems to be somewhat of a custom HDMI solution, and it sounds weird, but they also wanted to do the CEC stuff where it can talk to your TV and turn it on when the system turns on. That's part of it. So they had to go in and just sort of create this they can't call it HDMI 2.1, but it also doesn't really fit with HDMI 2.0. It's somewhere in the middle, but apparently it does work with what they're saying here, with the 4K 120 hertz. That is a thing. So again, it seems weird because we see spec sheets. Mm-hmm. I see all kinds of price ranges though, Celia. Where do you think this Steam machine is going to fit in? What do you think the price is?
So I think $799 will be base console. The controller is like $500 or something. Is that confirmed, or did people make that up?
Okay, so the controller, no, the controller is not $500. I think the controller, the Steam one, I think that'll probably be like $70 or $80 if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, because like I kept on seeing on Twitter like $500 controller. I didn't verify that, but I was like,
I think they might be saying $500 with the controller is what they're saying.
Okay, because I was like, what is in there? Gold? Like what resources are crunched up inside that plastic? Okay, makes more sense. Thank God. I don't know. With everything, like in a bundle, $850, $900, I feel like that they'll do that. It also depends, like what would be considered in the bundle. Is the VR thing separate? It'll be separate. It's always separate.
They'll probably do a bundle, you're right, where they put everything together and charge a certain fee. Otherwise, though, everything I think will also be separated to where, although I'm curious if they try to sell the console without the controller. Like, look, you can use a keyboard and mouse, you can sync up whatever you want. Here's the console and it's cheaper. I kind of feel like if you're going to make a play for the living room with this, you're selling to a person who doesn't want to have to think about what controller they buy for the console you just bought. It's like the controller should be in the box. Just give me everything together.
See, we're old, so we believe that. Now times have changed. I buy a new cell phone and the charging, like the AV thing or whatever, like that doesn't come in the box anymore.
Isn't that weird?
Nothing is free. Nothing is free ever. I don't trust.
No brick. What's that about?
Dude, man, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm glad that the $500.
Remember when Nintendo was selling 3DS XLs and it didn't come with a charger? That was the funniest thing.
I do not remember that. What the hell?
Yeah, they were selling the 3DS XL, no charger. And it's funny because it's their Nintendo charger, like that weird kind of 3DS plug. Yeah, I remember that was the weirdest thing. It's like they really expect you to have this charger already.
Man.
Oh, that was funny. The LED strip on the front's kind of cool. So the way that this works is fully customizable. I think there's like 17 mini LEDs in here. And I never thought of this. If your system and your TV is off, but you're downloading something, apparently this little bar will fill up as it's downloading in sleep mode.
That's cool.
It's kind of that's a cool idea. I like that.
I like that too.
Little faceplate here that you can change out. So you pop the front off, you can put a new one on.
Licensing.
Yeah. Well, they said they're going to release the 3D files so people can they'll have all the measurements and stuff, and they're just going to let the community make it how they want. So I'm sure there will be all kinds of, licensing issues all over eBay. Yes. But if you can get in there before the listing comes down, there you go. You're in. You got to figure it out. I I'm hoping that this ends up being a price point that people are excited about, because if it is that $700 or $800 mark, I just don't know if it makes a lot of sense with the specs. So they got to be price conscious on this thing. And
Okay,
like people were pointing out the VRAM, and it's like, yeah, 600 makes the most sense to me, but I can't put out of the realm possibility of being 600 without the controller, and then really it's 700, because you want the controller. So
John, okay, so it should be price conscious. I'm just, I don't trust anything anymore, because whenever I look at something and I'm like, oh, that should be like, $50, $80, it's always $250. So I feel like just with the costs of things and just kind of where the climate is, consumers will be eating those costs. So hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong and it's actually only $500, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I did see this. Somebody mentioned that Valve said it's stronger than 70% of Steam user hardware. So Valve does collect a lot of information. They do surveys, of course, but you're also putting a lot of data through their storefront, their launcher. So they know, they see what a lot of people are doing. And when you look at, I think we already talked about this one, maybe this was last week. They have an entire survey where, there we go. It tells you the specs that most people have on the platform. And I think there's this kind of this weird perception that everybody on Steam has like the best video card ever made. And it's not really the case. So people were talking about the VRAM. Well, the most popular configuration is indeed 8 gigabytes. And that's what's in the Steam machine. So you go, okay, what about the system RAM? Well, the most popular system RAM is technically 16 gigabytes. So you kind of go through. Even the most popular video card is the RTX 3060, and you can kind of draw comparisons with what's in the Steam machine. I actually kind of think that they looked at this and said, let's build around the most common stuff that we see on our Steam surveys, and then we'll try to fit it into a little box and maybe line up the price so it makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
That's kind of what I think they did.
Yeah, Valve is all numbers, so it does make sense.
Yeah, the thing that's so interesting is they also have Steam OS. I don't know if you've used. Well, you have a Steam Deck.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you've used Steam OS. You've obviously
yeah.
It's definitely set up really nicely for really just getting into the games and having that console-like experience. But they have been continuously updating Steam OS to work better and better with the Steam Deck. And now I'm looking at this thinking it would get the same kind of treatment where we get updates constantly, but the Steam machine from the start of its life to 5 years in, all of a sudden will just be a much more optimized system from it. So I actually really like what I'm seeing here from this device, provided it comes in at a decent enough price point. I think it could be really cool for the industry.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I hope you're right on the price, because that feels way better than what I'm thinking. So we'll find out all together.
I've seen some people like expect $1,000. That's what's going to cost. And I've seen some go crazy and say 400. So there's a wide range of guesses here. I've just been thinking about how they would try to fit this into the marketplace. And if they get 600, yes, it is $100 more than a digital PS5, right? It's also a little cheaper than an Xbox Series X, or actually the same price as a digital Xbox Series X, but it does kind of fit into that console bracket. And then they can, of course, target the consumers that may be interested in buying it for that console experience. And you don't have to pay to play online either. So
yeah,
there's something with that, everything kind of has a lot of stuff I should say has crossplay now. And there is something interesting in the idea of, if they can get enough of these out there and there's interest in it, that maybe more and more developers would start to optimize around this sort of hardware, kind of this benchmark that's like sort of mid-tier. Not let's go for full ray tracing, epic settings and stuff. That's what the core audience is going to be playing on. It's like, oh no, let's get the system requirements down a bit so we can get more people playing and we can get this Steam machine on board.
No, definitely.
So I like the idea of all of that. And I don't know what this means for Microsoft, because this is, by the way, what Microsoft is trying to do right now. They are trying to make their own PC hybrid, and Valve, it seems like, is going to beat them to market with their solution. This is coming early 2026 from Valve.
Poor Xbox.
I know, it is funny. Phil Spencer posted like a congratulations thing, basically, hey, congratulations to Valve for announcing this. And it's like, man, I'd be so annoyed if I was him and Sarah Bond and all these people who are there who were trying to put this all together, and they're gonna be like a year late with Valve showing up early.
Yeah, I know like a while ago we were speculating because like I think there was like a rumor or a screenshot or something with Steam on the future Xbox or something like that. Am I misremembering?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like initially we were like speculating that Steam and Xbox were like collaborating on something like this. So it was really surprising me to see Steambox just existing in general.
Yeah, because they were going to put Steam. The word's been they're going to put different storefronts on the next Xbox, so Steam would be there. And then here comes Valve with Microsoft's kind of plan, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going to do that too."
So like that just eats the market of people who would be interested in the Xbox console. It's literally sniping that. So I'm just being a conspiracy person right now, but I'm like, I wonder if a Nintendo PlayStation kind of situation happened behind the scenes. Or like something. I don't know. Because it's basically the Steam box is like half the size and shape of the tower. So interesting.
Well, let's talk conspiracy for a minute here, Celia.
Yeah, tinfoil on, guys. Tinfoil on.
How do you launch a new console generator? What are you supposed to do if you launch a new generation, a new system? What do these companies typically have ready to go alongside of that console?
First party games.
A game. Yeah, that's right. So now there is word that's going around. And it's been going around for a while, by the way. This isn't something that's like new that all of a sudden I started hearing about a couple days ago. There's been something in the pipeline for a while now, and it's been kind of ticking at me here and there, and I'm like, I don't know, that sounds crazy, but I'll admit I wasn't prepared for Valve to just throw out all their hardware this week. I thought they were going to announce their Steam Frame, which is the VR part, and kind of move on, maybe the controller, but they're like, hey, here's the console, there's our little box, our PC box, PC like console, whatever. There is word going around that there is a game with a 3 that might get announced as soon as this week coming up, but it could be next week or something, basically before the end of the year. And that it would be launching maybe alongside of this system. And Half-Life 3 is getting thrown around right now, and that is really funny. I saw Portal 3. Somebody in the chat said that. I'd be okay with Portal 3. That'd be fun. But man, if you want to make an impact with this system and you got Half-Life 3 ready to go, that would be interesting.
That would be wild. Yeah, because it would get a lot of early adopters. Like that would be the best way to get people to jump into another console. People buy for games. So especially if they made it like, well, no, they couldn't make it an exclusive, obviously, because
it'd go on PC and stuff.
Yeah, obviously, but the console gamer market, yeah.
Hey, you got to get through Steam. Like Half-Life Alyx, you going through Steam. That's how you're gonna play it. But they could also, the other thing that'd be interesting is Half-Life 3 comes out and it's specifically optimized for this box. Like they've spent a lot of time working within the specs of this system, so that when it comes out, it's Steam Machine verified. It plays really well on the hardware. And if you know what they did with Half-Life Alyx when it came out, they gave it to anyone who bought the index. If you bought the index, here you go, you have this. I don't know if they would do that, but what if they went, hey, Steam Machine just comes with Half-Life 3.
Would you feel better about it if it was like it's $6.99, but you also get Half-Life 3? Would that be better value for you?
I kind of feel like I'd be able to live with that. I'd be like, well, hey, look, it would have been a $60 or $70 game anyway. Of course, I would have bought it.
Do you think that they would release 2 versions of it? Like one with like more storage and then like one with less storage?
Well, so they have, for the Steam Machine, they have a 512 gigabyte model and they have a 2 terabyte model.
Yeah.
I did look at the teardown for it, and it's very easy to get to the NVMe storage. So actually changing it out is pretty simple, but I think the 2 terabyte one will probably be like $200 more than whatever we think the base price is on the 512.
Okay. What if we're both right? The larger one.
We could be. The 2 terabyte could be really expensive.
It'd be all crazy for no reason.
Pricing right now around the like RAM chips and stuff are super high. These companies are all buying it up for AI related data centers, and people were looking online, the part picker stuff, prices went up like 50, 60, 70% in a week or two on these things. So I think that's why Valve hasn't said the price, because they're still trying to sort it out, to be honest. But Half-Life 3, even Portal 3 would be kind of cool. Just some kind of software to also show the optimization around this box and what you can do would be big. But Half-Life 3 would make an impact. That would be crazy. Man. That would do it. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Steam Machine. Looking early 2026 for this one, though. And I would be picking one up immediately, day one, to check it out. Celia, did you see the Sony State of Play Japan?
I did watch it. Yeah.
You did watch it? Did you really? Okay, good.
I did watch it. Okay. I didn't watch the whole thing because I did skip around a little bit, to be honest. I do that. But I did. There are a couple games that I am excited about.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to go through it, or how do you want to do this?
Tell me which. This is so fun. We did it. We went through on State of Play, or for the State of Play on ClickR3, and even Ryan was like, there were 2 games there. It wasn't like a huge oh, look at all these games were there. Was there? Why don't you tell me the games you were excited about?
Okay. So I had wrote some notes. I have 2 bullet points. No, I have 3, a few bullet points. I lied. Okay. Right. So Coffee Talk Tokyo. So I'm friends with them. So I was excited to see my friend's game in the showcase. So I was like, yay. It was cool that they got the release date for March 5th. Awesome, great, good times. So that was cool. Digimon's getting DLC, which is cool. It's great that they announced this later on, post-release. So as people are finishing up their game, there's more to play. So I think that was a cool way that they did it. I still need to play. It's in the backlog. I still need to play the Digimon game too. So
I've played a couple hours of it so far.
How do you like it?
Right.
Is it your new favorite Pokemon game?
I don't think so, not yet. But it's traditional turn-based combat, which is cool. And your Digimon, they have different paths that they can take depending on how you want. I don't know. I looked it up. I'm like, how many Digimon are there anyway? It's 1,200. I'm like, oh my gosh,
more than Pokemon. Way more than Pokemon. They were we're beating you to it.
Yeah, I see Agumon. I'm like, oh, I know what he turns into. And then I look, and the tree is there's 7 different paths you can go. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, and then the guns he has just get bigger and bigger. That's how you know he's Digivolving. Do you have a favorite Digimon?
I was always the Agumon, Greymon person. It's very straightforward. Very easy with that.
That's good. Patamon's the best one. I'm just throwing that out there next to Gatomon. Anyways.
Okay, hold on. Which one is that? Hold on.
Gatomon is the cat that turns into Angelwomon.
Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking of Angemon next to Angelwomon. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Patamon turns into the guy one.
Yes, that's the one I have on my team, and he's terrible right now. And I'm like, you know what? If I just hold out, eventually it'll turn into Angemon. It'll be okay. That's what I've been doing. He just shoots his big ball of air at something. That's all he does.
It's really cute.
And then the thing in front of him smacks him and he loses half his health.
Say lovey. But I'm very excited about that game. So kind of the lineup is that I need to beat Expedition 30. No, first I need to play Dispatch. Then Expedition 33. Somewhere in there, I need to finish LA Noire. I'm still not done with it. And then after that, I have to play Digimon. So
the nice thing about Dispatch, like I said, is you can have people over. Like you said, you did that with what was that? Metaphor party or whatever. Yes, you do have a Dispatch actually. So.
Oh no, yeah, I'm most likely gonna do that. My friend Joseph and is probably gonna come over and watch and play. It'll be fun. Okay, anyways, so yeah, excited about Digimon. Cool, yay, DLC, blah. Then I had other notes. Daemon and Baby is cute, but I don't like that it's a twin stick shooter, so I'm not gonna pick it up, but it's cute. That was my note for that. DQ7 was I love Dragon Quest.
That's the only one I had down, other than there was another one. Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, that looks good.
Yeah, no, it's great, dude. I loved anything Dragon Quest. I'm just injected into my veins. So I'll play it's gonna be added to the list, the very long list.
Yeah, the list. You know what I wish they had done there though was a demo. That would have been cool. I want to see those visuals in front of me on the big screen. I keep seeing it through crushed YouTube compression and stuff. Those visuals look awesome. I want to see it natively in front of me.
That can be your box quote. I want to see it.
Yes. front of me.
It's right there.
That's right there. That's what I want to see. They should have dropped the demo. They gave it the Octopath Zero demo. I don't know. I feel like that game's just gonna pass me by. I'm like looking at like, I don't know, I guess.
I still need to play the first Octopath. So I own Octopath. Like it is literally something I need to play in the backlog after all of my other games. It's such an awesome problem to have. Like it's so exciting to have so many things to check out. But anyways, yeah, no, I've heard it's very good and the art style is really fun. I like the 2D, 3D.
Octopath Traveler is good. The second one is better than the first one, but they're both good.
Oh, that's cool.
They're both good.
Okay, Incombini. I'm very excited about that game.
Hold on, let me see. Is that the one that I'm?
Yeah, where you work at a grocery store?
Yes, that's what the grocery store.
Yeah, woo! Okay, so in my notes, I am going to buy this. I like this. It reminds me of what I thought Promise Mascot Agency was going to be. So like happy dandy, not super fucked up. So that's what I wrote. Okay, context. Do you know what Promise Mascot Agency is?
No.
Okay.
It's Promise Mascot Agency.
Okay, so it's an indie game. I think it's an indie game. It's delightful. It's disturbing. And basically, you are a Yakuza guy and you are tasked with a mission. Okay, John left. Uh-oh. Well, the game's really good, guys. It's really messed up because I didn't realize that it was going to be like that because I went in blind. The style to it kind of looks like it's low poly. John, you're back. Did you hear any of that?
No.
What happened? Where'd you go? They take you out?
No, one of the kids hit a timer in the room and I heard it going off and I was like, that's where it is. So
that's funny. Shenanigans. Okay, so Promise Mascot Agency, it kind of looks like a lower poly. Like it looks like the original Persona 4 release, like that kind of, I guess, 3D style to it. And you are a Yakuza member and you're tasked, because you owe a bunch of money, with running a mascot agency where you loan out mascots, much like Dispatch, to different businesses. And it's really, really ridiculous and messed up and oddly a little bit graphic at times, and it's such a good time. I was not expecting that. So I like when I saw Incombini, I was like, this is probably the game I thought that game was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a cozy like business sim, and it was messed up.
Run a store and piece together people's stories.
Yeah, see, way nicer. Not what I was thinking.
Well, I had Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined down, and then there was Tokyo Extreme Racing. Been waiting for that forever. It's been early access for like a year. Finally, it's coming to PlayStation 5, I guess, just as like a 1.0 release. And that was kind of it's just I don't know, maybe I was expecting too much out of the show. I think a lot of people were, because there was no people were like, oh, Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy or whatever. They was naming all the big publishers, and it was like smaller games, which is also good, but it just didn't feel like a state of play necessarily. It felt, I guess, kind of like the scale of like an indie show almost. Not quite, but almost.
It would be cool for State of Play to like do that and maybe start doing like indie world directs, but not necessarily be indie. I think that would be a cool way of things. I do agree that like, it definitely didn't have as many heavy hitters as other State of Plays that we've seen in the past at times. But it's just one of those things that it's a weird in-between time. It's Q4 right now. Everyone's busy looking at like Black Friday coming up. It is definitely probably an odd showcase to be in, just for the fact that the next beat is Black Friday, where people are expecting things to be discounted. They're not as focused on new games. So I sympathize with that.
How's the Black Friday setting up for you, Celia? You gonna go out and do any of that?
I don't need anything, to be honest.
More games.
I know I have too many. The pile keeps on getting bigger, and I'm buying them at full price, like a sucker. But I don't know. I just have too many things right now, so I have nothing on my list. But what about you, John? What are you interested in buying for Black Friday?
I would usually buy now I'd buy storage. I feel like back in the day, like just SD cards or whatever that goes on sale. I feel like back in the day, I don't know, maybe Black Friday was just more interesting.
Dude, yeah, I was like reading like an Instagram post talking about like Black Friday and like doorbusters and all that stuff. And it's like people don't fight in Walmart anymore. Not that it was good to fight in Walmart, but like, the deals were worth it though.
That's how you know the deals were good.
Yeah,
People
dude,
need to be
like,
willing
dude,
to fist
they
fight
were
and trample. Yeah.
Yeah, no, which is haha, but also not haha. I'm glad that no one fights. But like it's just kind of one of those things where times have changed and maybe it's that we're getting older and like it just isn't as
I mean, people were still pretty old back then, camping outside Best Buy, and you know what it was? I feel
Fair
like
enough.
just deals like the Black Friday extravaganza extended almost into October. It feels like now it's just deals are already being announced and they're happening, and there's pre Black Friday deals, and it's like what is this? And remember, I don't think a lot of places do this anymore. At one point, they started opening on Thanksgiving, and it just felt really weird.
I worked at the mall when that happened. Okay, so story time. I was in college and I worked at the mall. I used to work at a makeup kiosk. So like the people that are like Miss For You and try to pull you into the kiosk. That was me, and I managed it. Anyways, and I remember that that year, it was like the first year that they started opening on Thanksgiving, like at midnight. So we all had to be there on Thanksgiving Day at 8 p.m. to be like ready to like make sure stocking and all that the stuff was good. And I remember that like at like 10:30, 11, security like was running by. I'm like, whoa, what happened? And I asked another store person, and apparently people broke into the mall. Like legitimately, they're like, they're rushing in, and then they couldn't control them because it was so many people that they just started opening everything. We're like, okay, I guess it's time,
Jeez.
And that was, okay, to be honest, kind of terrifying, but also I look back and it was really fun being on like the selling side because I was on commission base. So I like, I did great. So it was really fun, but darn, dude, that consumerism just feels like nostalgic at this point.
Yeah, like there were plenty of times where we worked like GameStop and stuff. We'd open at 5 a.m. It's like getting there at like 4 to set everything up, and there were people already there. I'm like walking in, looking over, there's like a line already there. I'm like, when did people get here?
It's like, don't you have families or
they have like their
eat?
I mean, they're trying to get, whatever, I don't know, the PlayStation or the Xbox, something that's marked down with a gift card. Okay, I get it. This is the shot at getting those cheap, but it's just people really like went for it back then. Now, I guess it is just click some buttons on the phone and boom, it'll just show up. And you don't have to go out and fight for it anymore.
Boo, man. But also okay, but boo.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But it was, like people were saying the magic of Black Friday is kind of gone. It kind of is. You see deals throughout the year at times that are just better than Black Friday deals anyway.
Yeah, that's okay though.
Yeah, used to stand in line for that $100 TV. It was a terrible TV, but you got a deal on it. It was like 50% off. The Walmart special. We'll see what the thing I always liked about Black Friday back in the day is I would go to Walmart and they would just have games out of the glass. That was a big deal at first, but they had stickers on it and everything was like 10 or 15 bucks. And it was like games that were a year old, maybe, that I didn't pick up back then. And it was so easy. Just be like, okay, 40 bucks. I got 3 games and I'm good. Mm-hmm. Don't even see that anymore. Let's see. Go over
I have a question. Is the rain coming through? Are you guys, can you hear the rain in the background? In California right now, it's storming, which is like unheard of for California weather. Yeah, sorry, it's like really loud. So I was curious.
Oh, I can't. No, I can't hear anything. You're
okay,
good.
Cool. I feel like my mic decides whether to pick up everything or nothing. I don't know.
Technology. Is it supposed to rain like super hard?
Yeah. Okay. So our infrastructure is not built for rain, so everything goes to shit really quickly. But we're okay though. It's supposed to rain all week though, but it has been storming, unfortunately.
Let's see. Hi, Yokojima says, I ended up getting an accidental refund for the super chat I gave to Celia a while ago for a custom drawing. This is me paying it back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What drawing did?
I'm not sure. I draw a lot. Last week I colored in a bunch of them. Let me see.
Did you?
Yeah, dude.
I saw them posted up on X, right?
Yeah, like I drew Fuecoco.
Oh, there it is.
And then Spyro. There's Kirby with feet.
The Spyro. Yes, you can go buy Celia's stream. She's streaming tomorrow. She said tomorrow. You're gonna
Yeah,
stream?
I'm streaming tomorrow, probably like 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'm like oddly getting better at drawing as the more we do this. So maybe one day I'll be actually like very good. But until
You guys
then.
need to go buy. You guys need to go buy her stream and see all the stuff she's drawing. It's actually pretty cool. She has like you have like a camera that like looks down at the.
Yeah, I have a hand cam. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. John, you're gonna be so not proud of me. Okay, so the thing is though, is that like I could have a tripod to put it up, but like the height and everything, I don't have a tripod that's like hand height, but I do have this like little sunset light, so I duct tape.
Oh, now that's clever. That's clever.
Yeah,
now
I MacGyvered it, and it works, and it's like the perfect hand cam height. So that's what I use.
That's what streaming should be like. You should be duct taping stuff and MacGyvering rather than getting all the $1,000 equipment. Just put it up in the room.
To be honest,
serious,
like
you know?
it works out perfectly, and like it's a good time. So yeah, come by my stream. It's fun. I promise. Game and Talk.
She'll stream on the Game and Talk channel tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you just go by there, she'll be streaming. And you said you're gonna take a look at the Pocopia stuff and do some
like that, and then the Pokemon Park, and that like the real Pokemon Park thing. I didn't watch that video either, and I heard that happen.
Okay.
I've just been missing out on news. I've been so busy recently, and so I'm gonna do a live react to that, and then maybe we'll play an indie game or something.
Sneaker Fanatic Television says again, how much to be a part of the cast for nights like this with a lot for people are missing. There's actually, I was trying to have a guest come on too already, but they weren't able to because it's on a short notice. But we'll have some people. And also when we go into December, we're going to be doing some I think for all of December, we're just going to do like a charity stream. So it'll be for like Toys for Tots or something, something like that. And I think the last show of the year is like December it's the 13th or 20th, and we're gonna have like MVG and a bunch of people on, and we're gonna talk about all the games that came out this year and what we liked and what we didn't and stuff. So we kind of like a year end wrap up, and we'll have MVG and some others on. So already setting all that up.
I'm throwing my holiday party that day, so it'll be very light on my side.
Gamefire says people need to stop calling the Steam machine a console. It's not a console. Valve call it a PC. It looks like a console, so people are going to call it a console.
It looks like a GameCube, and I'll call
basically
it.
It does. You call it a GameCube. The
Steam Cube.
Yeah. Zuck says Nintendo somehow ruined Metroid Prime, haven't they? People have been all over this this Metroid Prime stuff because all the previews came out. And I put that as one of the last topic here, really. But did you see anything about the Metroid Prime situation, Celia, at all?
I know that they showed a first like 20 minutes or something gameplay. And there's a side character that people are mad at that's talking.
People are really mad at this side character.
People were also mad at the gameplay shown. Did you see that on Twitter?
Oh, well, I mean, so when I look at X, I have to filter out some of it because it seems like everyone's mad a lot at everything. But the thing that I noticed, though, was this character, though. You're right. This Miles McKenzie that people are mad about. And it's because they're very talkative in a game where it's typically supposed to be not quiet, but atmospheric. And it's like, so it's Metroid Prime atmosphere where it's very like you're very isolated and it's kind of a little dark. Maybe it's raining a bit. You can hear like kind of the wind, but then you have that, orchestral kind of music playing in. And then the person's like, "Hey, did you look over here? Save room. You should probably go in there. Are you sure you don't want to go in there in that save room?" So it's that, and then it's the MCU quips as well. Like the first time you run across him, he's laying there talking to himself for a while, a whole conversation about not being next to Phil in accounting or something, even though he's lost on a alien world. It's like
he's adorable.
Yeah. I do think in a different kind of game, people would be like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of funny. I get whatever, comic relief character." It feels a little out of place in Metroid, and I think that's the part that's really rubbing people the wrong way because there's concern that that's going to be a good portion of the game. Like a lot of the game is going to be that, but we only have had about an hour of preview and gameplay, and we're not really sure what the rest of the game holds. That's kind of this crossroad we're at right now.
Yeah, I would wait to judge. until you see more of it, because he could just be a tutorial character that you ditch later on, and there'll be other characters that are equally or less annoying that you will encounter as you go through your quest. It's just to set a tone that there's other like people there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wouldn't bury the game as of yet, because we don't know.
Oh yeah,
we can complain when it's out and it's like he's there to stay, you know. Then we can get mad, but until then, not so much.
Yes, the game. I mean, the game is out in 3 weeks. It's crazy. I think it's that soon, but 3 weeks. And in fact, in about a week and a half, I bet, probably just ahead of Thanksgiving, that I bet you that Monday, like 24th or something, review codes will be going out. So I don't know if people are going to leak information, but you know how it goes. You know, somebody says something and someone else says something and it's finds its way to the internet. It can happen. My hope is that Miles is the tutorial companion and he's there for an hour or two in the beginning, and then you don't really see him that much more.
Does he die? Like, how do they get rid of him?
Nate wanted to kill him. Nate put up on X. He's like, I hope this dude dies. It's like, geez, people really don't like Mackenzie.
Jesus Christ, man. You like can choose at the beginning of the game.
Man.
He's out.
Yeah, I think there was what if the twist is that he is Silex at the end? The main bad
spoilers,
guy.
John.
That would be cool. Hey, that would do it. People would get their wish, and it would be an awesome twist.
Stop leaking the game,
dude. Come on, if that was it, that'd be awesome. That might go up there as like the Knights of the Old Republic level twist.
Man,
that's right. You heard it here first. They did show other companions, though. You're right, Celia.
Yeah,
and they didn't all necessarily come off, although we saw in quick glimpses, as annoying as Miles Mackenzie. In fact, some of them, I think the cool thing about the idea of companions for each almost area, it looks like. So we brought up Paper Mario earlier. You go to a different area, you get a new companion. They may have abilities, something that helps you. It's very possible that you could have some of these companions have good backstories, and then you don't need Samus to talk much or do anything like that. Because that's we already had that kind of in Other M. People weren't thrilled with it. I think having Samus still be that silent protagonist type and then letting the companions do a lot of the talking, and you can have her sort of interact with them in different ways of like, there was one image of her putting her hand out to help one of them up, that kind of thing. Like that shot, that I think is a way to have her be somewhat humanized, maybe a bit of emotion without her having to take off her helmet and just start talking and go in a big diatribe or something.
Yeah, I prefer for her not to. So I like the putting yourself in the pro tag shoes. So yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
I'm still very excited for the game because everything else I saw looks really good. Yeah. Like the visuals look great. It's 4K 60 or 1080 120. And when Miles wasn't there was like 20 minutes of it. It felt like Metroid. They had like the psychic powers going on. You have some of the platforming they were showing off, but it seems like it's coming together to where it's going to be a pretty big game. I'm still curious about that desert area on the bike that we've seen. That's apparently the hub world, and it connects all these other zones or biomes together. And you'll just be traveling between. They showed like a forest area. They showed like an ice level, lava level, kind of the basic, the tropes we're used to. But it's still Metroid. You still unlock. You lose all your abilities at the beginning. You gain them all back as you go, and you unlock different areas Metroidvania style. So I like what I'm seeing, other than this companion who maybe you do get to murder him halfway through and everyone's happy. There you go.
Fingers crossed. We can believe. If our hearts are pure enough, he'll die.
Yes. I would. Yeah, people are curious. I would check out the overview trailer. It's about 7 minutes, and it just goes through everything. And it kind of is the direct, I think, for Metroid Prime 4. Like, that's your direct, basically, is right there. Yes, we got an hour and a half worth of direct for Kirby Air Riders. And we got basically 7 minutes for Metroid Prime 4.
Well, like, Kirby is, the favorite son. So that's why.
Is this going in the backlog, Celia? Metroid Prime 4? Another one?
I don't know. Like, to be fully transparent, like, the last Metroid game I played was Super Metroid.
That's a good one, though.
It's a great one. And like I dabbled on the GameCube one, but like I'm not a huge Metroid fan. Besides, like, the OGs, that and the original Metroid. So maybe this will be the first one I delve into in a while. We'll see.
Well, the good thing is they did make it so that you don't have to have played the other ones apparently to play 4. Like you just go right into 4. Does the MCU talkative character? It's something we've seen a lot in just modern media now, movies, games, and stuff. Is that something that annoys you? Have you really thought about it much, or is this just like, eh?
I sometimes. There's this one game that like I started to play and then went, this is not for me. And I'm forgetting the name of it. The Rick and Morty guy, Justin Roiland, he voiced it and then got kicked off of it. Yes, that game.
Well, that's the game, High on Life. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, with the guns like yappity yap yap yap. And it was funny for like 2 minutes. And then I went, oh no. And then I stopped playing. And I'm sure it's a delightful game. Okay.
I liked it. It was a good game.
Yeah, no, I've heard great things. I've had a lot of people go like, oh, like you have to continue playing. It's great. And it was just really pushing it in general because I don't like the pew pew games in general. But I was like, I'll give it a chance because it's great, apparently. So it was just kind of one of those things where I do get frustrated occasionally, but sometimes it'll be kind of memeable and then I'll start to like find it endearing. I don't know. It depends the game. I'll update you when I know myself.
That's what you all should ask Nate over on Twitter X or whatever, where he's yelling about Miles. Ask him why he liked the guns in High on Life so much because he liked that game. And they
what the hell, man?
They talked a lot. Ask him who wants to kill the gun in High on Life. Okay, let's go through some of these super chats. And Celia, you had to run to your Friendsgiving.
Yes.
So I will go through a few of these and then let me see. And then Celia can make her escape and go eat a bunch of food.
I'm so excited.
Are you guys doing anything else? Or are you just getting together and just hanging out around the table and talking?
Oh, it's like a huge thing. So it's like a ton of friends. It's like my friend Michael, he like hosts it every single year. Like, so I've been going to it for like almost 10 years now. Mm-hmm. And so it's like just pure tradition. And everyone brings like absolutely delicious food. And it's a really, really good time.
Valenhorn says, John, would XR glasses be usable at a slow job? Like, could I see people walk up when needed? You could. There is a setting you want to make sure is off. Like, there's a setting that if you turn on, it'll basically black out everything. So you really can't see well. But there's a setting you can leave on, I guess, that makes so you can see through the screen a bit. But I don't know how great that's going to look then when you always have to be cognizant of people around. Like, are they going to walk up at it if you're at a job? That's tough. I don't know if I'd recommend it for that, though. Tijo says, I expected a bunch of niche Japanese anime games at State of Play, but we didn't even get that. At least we got some stuff like DLC to take home, even if Sonic levels and Eggman bosses are badly designed in Pac-Man World 2. Well, okay, there we go. Casual New Gamer says, hey, just had surgery and in physical rehab facility, but you just say the word and I will jump in. By the way, Newswave at 2 a.m. when in pain is a godsend. Hey, shout out to Casual New Gamer. Glad everything going well over there. Sounds like I saw over on X as well. They popped up.
We're so proud of you and happy for you. I saw the video too. I cheered like audibly. I was like, yeah.
Cody Bishop says, I firmly believe that if Valve was going to price the Steam Machine at $500 less, they would have announced the price by now. Yeah, that's a fair point. I think they're trying to figure out how much RAM is going to cost them before they move on that price. Superman says, please put together a comprehensive list Black Friday deals. Yes, that I've been thinking about that because Sony's going to announce their stuff soon and the PS5 is going to be on sale. Like it's going to be $100 off minimum. So
isn't that wild that the prices have just like JK'd it for a month and then
yeah.
I don't know.
There's going to be a solid week where the PS5 will be up to, I think, $150 off.
Wow, what great value. It's like how it was 2 years ago.
Basically, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
God, I hate everything. I bet like I wish they could make it cheaper, but you have to fight someone in Walmart. Like that's
you have to fight just hand-to-hand combat for the $100
battle royale. I don't know.
Fellow Pragmatic says Steam frame and controller on my radar. Steam Machine needs to bring the value. $400. Otherwise, it's going to be a wait for a Steam Deck 2 for me. Steam Deck 2 is still a couple years off, unfortunately.
Do we have a price for that?
The Steam Deck 2, they haven't announced it yet. They kept getting asked about it, and they keep saying, we're waiting for technology to get better. That's their answer. So they're still waiting.
Interesting.
Before they move on it. They said I think they at least want like a 2x jump. They don't want some like 30% better. They want like a legitimate jump for it to
understandable
be worth it.
And the Steam Deck is great as is. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Zoop says, as a fan of gaming YouTube, Dispatch is my game of the year. Wow. I only played like 3 games 2025 though, and one was a remaster, the other was Ghost Yote. Dispatch is that good. I fully recommend it for people. Tony with super sticker. Shout out to Tony. Oh, Mayor says, does Arc Raiders have a shot for game of the year? It's rating well. The multiplayer thing is always weird because it's a multiplayer only game. It's going to be hard for people to judge that fully. I feel like it has a shot, but I don't know. I don't think it's getting nominated, unfortunately. For people
Question: Is this the game that got a bunch of shit for having AI VO in it, or is that the
AI voices? No, that's the one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if it does get nominated, it'll get a lot of shit for that?
I think somebody will write. There will definitely be articles written.
Like, there'll be an expose on it.
There's traffic to be had with that, so there will be actually an article that's written. That's the thing that's tough because I think it was Eurogamer. I think someone did a review and they pointed out the fact that there's AI voiceover in it, and they knocked it heavily, like really knocked it down for reviews, which is interesting. I don't know the extent of say how many voice actor jobs were eliminated from using AI voices. Hard to say, but you're going to see more and more games use AI. Like that NC Soft Horizon game that popped up, they went on record and like, we used it extensive, or they used it extensively, basically.
These actors, man, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way of the future. AI.
I hate the future.
Mecha Omar says, my opinion of the GameCube, no handle, no sale.
I mean, they'll make one, but it'll cost like $80 to attach it. Like,
someone's throwing a handle on there. Someone's going to do it. Cody Bishop says, trying to connect my high-powered PC to my Apple TV via Steam Link on 1 gigabit per second network still lags and stutters. A native box will be so much more fluid. There you go. That's what we're trying to do. Set up a plug-and-play solution. Mello says, Steam Machine is a perfect companion piece for my Steam ecosystem. I'm down to play on PC couch setup. I started on console, so this will be comfortable. They also mentioned that if you take your SD card out of your Steam Deck and pop it into your Steam Machine with your account on both, your games will just be there. So that was kind of nice. And Olmec says, I also hook up my PC to my TV from time to time, and I can only streamline so much. The sooner I can figure out how to completely ditch Windows, the better. I hear that a lot too. People do not like Windows. And Pickle Rick says, I haven't been able to PC for a while, so the Steam Machine is very appealing to me, but I'm also torn between just getting a Steam Deck, also Wi-Fi for S2. And I have some more here I'm going to go over, but Celia, if you wanted to run out to Friendsgiving, I understand. You got people to see, food to eat.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. It was awesome. Friendly reminder, Game and Talk is tomorrow at, I think I said 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to react to things and draw cool stuff, and it'll be really fun. Okay, John, have a great rest of your night. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Celia. Okay. I got some super chats to go through, people, and then we are going to try to make our best guess for Game of the Year before we wrap up, okay? For the nominations on Monday. Those are getting revealed on Monday. Let's go through here. DPX Solo says, what game do you think is winning Game of the Year? Noms revealed on Monday. We're going to save that one. Jorge says, sales potential for the Steam Machine would depend if Valve wants to make mainstream or not like consoles. Will they sell it at retail? I don't think so. I think it's going through their website, which is a shame because I think it would be a lot better if they could get it at retail, especially since this could kind of sit next to other consoles. But I think Valve is also, while they like selling millions, I think they're also trying to keep this completely focused on Steam as well. But I'd like to see it in Best Buy and Walmart, etc. Let's see. Gaming with Passion says, Half-Life 3 is happening. Do you think it will help sell Steam machines, and how many? As a big Valve fan, I think it will help maybe sell 1 million units. Also, I think the price will be between $5.99 and $6.99. See, you're kind of where I am. I think I'm on that lower end at $5.99. Yeah, I think Half-Life 3 would help to sell the Steam machine. But I think also just in general, people on Steam will just buy it too. So it'll help everyone. It will. Claw says, I really want to see the benchmarks when the GameCube comes out. The specs are supposedly behind PS5, as SteamOS also punches above its weight. I think it'll be fairly comparable. I think you'll see games like Returnal, as an example, like that 1080p to 1440 range at 60 frames per second, and then they'll upscale it. So I think it'll do well. It's Overhyped says, Steam Deck alone convinced me to sell my PS5 to avoid redundancy. I'm all in on the machine day one. Tapperbot says, have you guys seen the Oreo Special Edition Series S, especially the controller thumbsticks? Cutest thing ever. I did not see that. The Oreo one. Mecha Omar says, Valve going to troll with Dota 3. I'm not a Dota person. That would be a big troll. Because if it's Half-Life 3 or Portal 3 would be really cool. Like I said, that would be fun. Just see what they come up with. Good Kid says, whoa, full cast tonight. You're not kidding. Later Storm says, I got an email from Analog. They're finally going to ship 3 Analog. Yes, they are. They are shipping out. You will be getting them this year. I can tell you that with 100% confidence just about right now. Mr. Anderson 900 says, will we be getting a GTA 4 remaster for GTA 6 release? I thought we would. Doesn't seem like it now. But I guess it's possible because they pushed GTA 6 all the way until November next year. Man, so far away. Good Kid says, best Black Friday's deal I ever got was Slim 360 with Skyrim, 250 GB storage for $199. Waited in line at Best Buy for 2 hours in the cold. Those are the good days. You waited in line, though, in the cold. I remember waiting in line when it was like almost snowing for the Wii, when the midnight release hit for that. Man, those are the good days. Buy one PL. Bring back the in-store Black Friday mobs. I need that World War Z zombie nostalgia feeling again. That's how you know you were getting the good deals, though. Lonesome says, greatest panel ever. You're not kidding. You're absolutely right. Necro Banana says, gaming is one of the few industries where consumer complaints are seen as either unnecessary or morally reprehensible. It's honestly insane how much glazing these corporations get. There's not a lot of nuance or middle ground, is there? A lot of extremes. Most of the time it's nuance, though. Most of the time it's somewhere in the middle. So it's just, I don't know. Maybe it tends to be more extreme one way or the other. I think just because it gets reactions and a lot of times viewership. That's why. Rising Dying Idiot says, spoilers, Phil from accounting is Silux. Dude, I'm telling you, if we get to the end of the game and Miles is Silux, you got to come back to this episode and drop the comment. And then Good Kid became a member on YouTube. Shout out to Good Kid. And Bog says, you can choose only one. Rumored PS6 handheld or the fat powerhouse one. Which do you choose? I really want that handheld. That handheld is so much more intriguing. Is that just me? I feel like of all the stuff that Sony's rumored to be working on right now, PlayStation 6, the slim down PS6, that's like their PS TV almost, PlayStation TV, or the handheld. The handheld, right? That's not just me. Sterling Jones, are you still expecting RDR2 re-release after the Red Dead Redemption 1 surprise? Yes, I am. You'll see Red Dead Redemption 2 get its patch as well and Switch 2 release. I don't think it's this year, though. It seems like something that's going to happen next year, first half. But yes, I do think that will happen. Okay. So I do want to talk about, yeah, Nate does say it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. I would trust in Nate for that one. Yep. We have to, I did see the Zelda stuff that was happening. And it looked like, from what I could tell, like they just had people just taking pictures and probably even filming the Zelda set stuff, which is interesting. It's just, you're still not going to get the final, I guess people are trying to link it up to what timeline or anything else, but we'll see. When you get those shots from 50 feet away and you're trying to put it all together, it's cool for like really, really big Zelda enthusiasts with the movie, but I'm waiting to see more about that movie when they're officially ready to show it. Lonesome says, praying for the Spawn Wave cross media or Spawn Wave cross RGT cross DSP collab. What a day that would be. What a day. Let me go over to, here we go. This will just make it easier because obviously these are going to be the games that are most likely to get nominated. I want to go to, here we go. Best games this year. Because I want us to put together very quickly a list of games that we think will be nominated. Okay. So we have, this is Metacritic. And to be honest, most of the games on here, like for example, Legend of Zelda, Talos, Blueprints, I reckon Despolote. I recognize some of these games are good, but let's be real. We have to think about the people who are going to be nominating these things, right? That's what you have to really think about here. While we may like some of these games and be like, that's game of the year, doesn't necessarily mean that a Newsweek is going to think that, you know what I mean? So there is going to be a bit of thought involved with how would they do it. So TGA, we're going to make our list. Okay, here we go. I'm going to immediately start off with a controversial take. All right. I'm immediately eliminating Hades 2. Hades 2, I don't think is going to be, I don't think that's getting the nod. Only because there's 6 slots. All right. That's the problem. If there were more, I think it would be in there. I kind of feel like it doesn't have the pizzazz that's going to get it into the top 6 that Newsweek will be part of. I keep saying Newsweek, but like you look down the cast, right? It's just, I'm not thinking that Hades 2 is going to be one of them. Claire Obscure is an obvious one. Just go ahead and put that down now. That's going to be in. So that's number 1. Okay. Split Fiction. You can put that down as well. That is going in. Joseph Ferris is, he's been nominated basically since the Takes Two. It's easy, obvious. So Claire Obscure, Split Fiction, easy. I would also put down Donkey Kong Bonanza. All right, another easy one. Very, very much general audience, mainstream, and it's a good game. I'm putting that one in there. Okay, here comes the controversial one. All right, ready? I don't think Hollow Knight's in. And I know that's not what people want to hear. But again, I'm kind of thinking of how this is going to be viewed by the panel. And I'm kind of thinking Hollow Knight's getting left out. From the game of the year stuff. It could still be in there for some other stuff, but I'm kind of thinking Hollow Knight's not going to make it. Same reason as Hades 2. Yes, exactly. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are going to say this is, it should be in there, and that's fine. But I'm kind of thinking about it as, how is this being viewed by the panel there? With that in mind, I think Death Stranding 2 is going to be in it. I know. It's funny. And I'm telling you, when that gets announced and we go through and it comes up and says Death Stranding 2, people are going to immediately look to their left and see Jeff Keighley there and just stare at him. I'm telling you, it's going to happen, and it's going to be incredible. No, I know what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to guess what is going to be nominated for Jeff Keighley's show, because that's what's being revealed on Monday. That's what we're doing right now. So I have Death Stranding 2 down. I'm going to go over really quickly. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Split Fiction, Donkey Kong, Death Stranding 2. Those are the 4 that I have down right now. All right. Now, Kingdom Come Deliverance, the second one. I thought about this and said that has a shot. It does. But here's the thing that happened, okay? I tried playing the game for like 10 hours. All right. And it really wasn't for me, but it is such like a, what's the word for it? It's very redundant in some ways, to where, yeah. So again, I know a lot of people are going to do like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It wasn't a game that clicked with me. And I think part of that was because of how, I guess, in the weeds, is that how you would say? It's a game that really, like, everything takes a lot to do. It's kind of hard to describe. So I noticed that it really does a lot to do some basic stuff in the game. And it got me to where I just kind of checked out after a while. But I do kind of wonder if it's a game that might work for that arts, like kind of that artsy side. But I'm leaving it out. I don't think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is in. And I know. I also thought about Monster Hunter Wilds. And I figured, would that go in? Because that's it's a game that sold really, really well. Monster Hunter, I believe, has been nominated in the past. And I think it's possible. But then I was looking, I said, okay, what else do we have here that could go in? This just went for all years. What happened here? Why did it do that? Okay. But then I said, you know what? Xenoblade Chronicles X is right there. No. I don't think Mario Kart World is getting in. Silent Hill F isn't allowed in because it's Konami, and Jeff would pull the plug on that. So here's the fun one. Are you ready? What do you guys think the odds? What do you guys think the odds of Ghost of Yote getting in? I thought about Ghost of Yote, and I said, it's kind of that Sony. People look at it as the Sony representation, but Death Stranding 2 is there, and that's only on PlayStation 5. And I thought about Ghost of Yote, and I said, man, that would definitely cause some some discussion to come in if that was the case. There's a lot of games that came out this year. Have you guys noticed that? Metal Gear Solid. That's a shame. There's a remake probably wouldn't go. Also, it's Konami. It's not allowed to. So I was looking at Ghost of Yote, and I think it's possible that can go in. Again, I'm kind of thinking from their perspective. I also I'd love to see Dispatch go in. It missed the cutoff, which is unfortunate because that game was really good. Okay. I'm putting my last two in, and then I will read them off to you. And then you guys can put yours in the chat. And you can tell me. Let's see. Oh, I need one. I meant my last one. This is tough. To come up with like the last one. Man, I'm torn between like 3 titles right now. Mind's Eye. That might be the wild card. Yakuza Pirate Hawaii. Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, I'm looking to see. Oh, no, there's a good chance my list will be. I mean, that's the thing. It's hard to really tell what they're going to think. I mean, I think there's a couple that are most likely going in. Like, I think Claire Obscure, Split Fiction, those, and I think even Donkey Kong are kind of obvious, right? At least to me. I think those are kind of obvious. You know what? It's against my better judgment. How many reviews did this have? 53. That's the other thing. You have to try to figure out how many people played these games. Like, I really enjoy Blueprints, and it has 56 reviews, right? Oh, man. I'm going against my better judgment. I'm putting it in there. All right. Man, this is tough. You know, there's just a lot of games that came out this year. No, Dispatch is not going in. I think it would have missed the cutoff anyway. There's no way. So here is my list that I think we could see announced as Game of the Year nominees. Okay. Here we go. Clear Obscure, Expedition 33. That's 1. Split Fiction is 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza, 3. I think those are the top 3, by the way. So if I was literally ordering this 1, 2, and 3, boom. Like, those are the top 3 that most likely I think will battle it out for Game of the Year. But then I had to come up with 3 more. Okay, 3 more. I went Death Stranding 2. I hedged on Hades 2. I put Hades 2 in there. I went back, I dropped it in. And Ghost of Yote. I put Ghost of Yote in there. I did. I think it's one of those things where enough people played it, and it has a little bit of that Sony, you know what I mean? That Sony slant to it. Let me review. It has 132 reviews. So when you also think about how many, because there was an interesting thing that was brought up by, I think Mike Ybarra brought it up. He says some wild stuff sometimes on social media. He did mention that there's a lot of places that may not have necessarily played all the way through the game, but they at least played some of it, and then they nominate it because of that. I kind of wonder if Ghost Yote is going to get that treatment. Like that would be the last one that I would have in here. So Hades 2 would be above it. And that's kind of how I'd rank them in likelihood of winning game of the year. Expedition 33, Split Fiction, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Death Stranding 2, Hades 2, and then Ghost of Yote. I think you could interchange Ghost of Yote with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is kind of like where it is, right? So that's sort of where I am with my list. We will see. We will see how this does. Because I'm really... No Assassin's Creed Shadows. No. I think I liked Assassin's Creed Shadows more than most people. Even I'm like, yeah, it was good. Wasn't like incredible or great or even something I would have thought of for Game of the Year. I will say, kind of a shame. I want Konami to come up with a game that is so good it's impossible to ignore, because I kind of want to see if a Konami game could get back into Game of the Year discussion at the Game Awards. I'm very curious. I really am. I think Arc Raiders could win something for there's gonna be best multiplayer. I would assume that's going to have a really good shot at winning. They will also they'll do like their popular choice voting stuff. And then here on this channel, as we get into December, because I like to get second week of December to let everything come out. That does include things like Metroid Prime 4 and so on. We'll do our typical bracket system where we vote and we'll see what game can win out by the end of the well, that'll be in January. We'll do the big game awards thing on the Spawncast stuff too. So we'll go through all of that as well. Let's see. This is Johnny says, I just finished watching the Halo series. Highly recommend it. So I assume you're talking about on Netflix. So they put the Halo stuff on there. That show did not click with me either. No, it did not. Yes, you'll see Shadows. You're right, Medallion. You'll see Shadows on Switch too. The thing with Shadows though, there's a lot of people were angry at it or back and forth, but the visuals are very good. Like that is a game that I think will be really cool looking on the Switch too, at least. Like environments, animations, the visuals, the characters, all that stuff looks really good in motion. And after seeing Star Wars Outlaws, you probably get that same kind of showcase title. But I think that's it. We'll see how this goes on Monday. I will, of course, be talking about the Game of the Year nominations that get thrown out there for the Keeleys. That'll be on Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go over them. Maybe on Monday, I'll just do a video for it. We'll kind of take a look at everything and then discuss the Game of the Year noms. Because, there are so many games that came out this year that were 85 and up. And that's usually the range. If it's like 85 and... Although we've seen games that were like 83, 84, but typically around that range will have a chance at being nominated. And there's so many right now that something's getting a snub. Like it's just going to happen, So I think that'll be interesting, maybe to go over and talk about there. So also I'm kind of curious about all the categories. They do some not throwaway categories, but they're just categories that people are willing to fast forward through. It's just they don't like the esports ones. I don't know how many people really care that much about them. I mean, they fast forward through them themselves. They put in the pre-show. I think that is everything I wanted to touch on tonight. They're all gone. It's my show now. Sterling Jones says Yote and Assassin's Creed Shadows deserve nominations just because they pissed off all the right people. The thing with those games is they'll just end up going down as like it'll be a moment in time, and in 5 or 6 years, you'll probably see retrospectives go up online. It's like, Assassin's Creed Shadows is actually a pretty good game. Ghost Yote was a hidden gem. It's like, was it? It sold millions of copies. It wasn't a hidden gem. But the wind blows back and forth online all the time. So in so many years, it'll be viewed differently, and that's the way it goes. So. I have not played that game, Mayo Riot, Mega Bonk Game of the Year. People like it though. It's one of those Steam games I look at and I go, that is definitely a Steam game. That's definitely a PC game. But sometimes all it takes is a game to just be fun. That's it. That's all. If the game's fun, doesn't necessarily matter what it looks like or anything. It's a fun game. Also, I don't think they're very expensive most times, right? They're like $15. So that's all it takes. It's very addicting. See, there you go. 250 hours in it. Why? Because it's fun. That works. Yeah, you should be able to use that. With the little Steam box that I made, I used an Xbox controller. And you know what? Steam would bind the game's controller icons to the Xbox. So it worked fine. I assume it'd be the same way there. That's with Bazite. So it should work the same. So, all right. That's everything. Yep. Good stuff. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Light week this time, but in December we're going to be doing the shows will be what we'll do is we'll have YouTube set it up. So I won't have to worry about trying to send money where whatever. YouTube will do it, but it'll be those charity streams. And I think we're going to do Toys for Tots this year. And I'm going to get like MVG and some other people to come on, and we're going to just discuss like 2025, like the entire year in gaming. MVG and I have played through a lot of games. We've been talking about it, and I think we've each beaten like 20 some odd games. So we'll go through and talk about the different games that we enjoyed. We'll go month by month, actually, and it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll just talk about all the different games and anything else that's happened. So it was less chaotic. It was. I've been toying around with the idea of going into next year. It would be separate from this, but doing more of a solo show with like community stuff and everything. I think that'd be really fun for the Patreon, and like twice a week do an hour-long show that I would just post up as audio. And because I wanted to try Spotify a bit more and see if I could play around with that, but then on the Patreon just post the whole show completely, like video and everything. It was an idea. I thought it'd be fun to do. So we'll see how that works out. But thanks everyone. Hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in, sticking around, had some fun. We'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you guys then.